The third set between these two players that like to chat a lot, and
someone's moving out.
All right, JYP going for the proxy. He's the blue Protoss in the bottom left.
I was wondering why he was being so friendly with Argo.
Well, here you go. This is why.
And that's why we need to allow chatting in the middle of games. Sorry, Kanata, but I want to see more chatting.
Man, it's a great way to mind game your opponent. All right, well, Argo's the orange Protoss on the top right. He's the one that's going to get proxied here. JYP, will his proxy get scattered, or is Argo going to feel a little bit too cocky and confident?
Well, in the chat before the game began, Argo was they were talking about here a little bit back and forth, and JYP was making fun of Argo. So Argo said, you know what, I just want to go home and sleep. So now JYP said, well, I'll let you go home early tonight, as I'm going to go for 2 gateway inside your base.
Did he actually say that?
Something like that. It's like, I'm just going to, after the match is over, I'm just going to go home, rest, and take some nap.
Well, no, but like, did JYP actually say he was going to proxy Argo?
No, he didn't say that, but he's showing it right now.
Okay, because I'm like, if he says that and then does that.
Well, there was one incident where Jaedong was spamming some other stuff like SC before the game began, implying that he was going to go for the 4-pull. Like, he didn't exactly say that he was going to go for the 2-gate. So Argo said he wanted to sleep when he goes back to the practice house today, but I don't think he can sleep after this 2-gate inside the main base.
He's gonna have proxy horror nightmares. JYP, he is just going for the single gateway in the main base. He's grabbing a gas behind this, so he's gonna go for a little bit of pressure, potentially make a few stalkers as well behind this. It's not going to be the exact same build that we do see from players like Parting, where they go for the double proxy gate into the Zealot with 2 stalkers behind it.
Yeah, the 2 gateways would have actually ended the game, but right now JYP, knowing that he has been scouting, he needs to make sure he doesn't show the early Zealot too early, but he's going to have nice pressure against his opponent. Now Argo, not even scouting his main base, going to move out with the probe.
JYP going to hide these Zealots for as long as possible here.
I like this.
Chronoing out the second one. We do have a cybernetic score on the way. All right, a single Zealot in production from Argo. And I think that if JYP goes with these 2 Zealots right here, he'll be fine, and he'll get a very nice lead over Argo. But if he waits for the 3rd one, nope, he's not going to wait for the 3rd one, going to simply move in with 2. Argo now realizing what's going on. He's thinking, oh crap, I need to run away with these probes here.
Now, this is 1 single gateway inside the main base, so it's not devastating right now. All he needs to do is buy enough time for the first Zealot and the Mothership Core to come out behind this. So that's the reason why JYP also getting a gas inside the main base to make sure he can get a Stalker out and keep applying the pressure.
Argo doing a pretty good job at running away a lot of his units. The first Zealot gets surrounded. The Mothership Core is out. Supply-wise, JYP, he is ahead in probes now. A single sentry is out, and a few more of these probes looks like they may end up falling. The micro is pretty good from Argo. He hasn't lost too many workers, but now it's starting to get serious, down to 12 workers. This is not an all-in, it's simply designed to put his opponent behind. 9 workers have been killed for the cost of 3 Zealots, and proxying completely worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely. As a Protoss player, if you're in this position, you know that you won the game at this point, because you're so far ahead, to a point where JYP, all he needs to make sure right now is don't give Argo too much time to come back into the game.
And he's doing a great job at keeping the pressure on by having the single Zealot out, making a Stalker behind this too, interestingly enough. And JYP and Argo, he's not making any additional units here, so the Stalker could actually end up maybe killing off the Sentry or doing a little bit additional damage here. And the Mothership Core on the way as well.
With the Stalker, he can kill the Sentry no matter what. Look at this, the Stalker is just going to move up. Well, it seems like it's going to run away from the Mothership Core and the Sentry before, and just wait for the Mothership Core to arrive from there so that he could attack the Sentry and the Mothership Core.
Just buying time, man. Yeah. Just buying time. This pylon, though, JYP needs to keep that alive for a little bit longer. This Twilight Council on the way. Blink Stalkers would be an excellent follow-up here. And the Stalker is out now for Argo. And with that, the pressure is going to pretty much end here. But no, I take that back. There's a single Zealot in the main base here, continuing to be annoying and doing more damage. Picks off 2 additional workers here. Up to 12 total have been killed.
Yeah, now with 23 probes to 15, Twilight Council is going up. And JYP, he could go for a Blink and win the game. He could go for DTs and win the game. Well, Argo, he needs to play a little bit smart. Now he knows that he is behind in the game. He needs to think about what JYP could do as a follow-up.
The DT follow-up would be a good choice here, but we're going to see JYP do the blink, and when you're ahead in PvP, Blink Stalker seems to be the most sure way to actually secure it.
I really like this concept from EGTL today. Even if you take an early lead, play it as safe as possible.
Yeah. Well, that mean the proxy was a little bit risky, but the follow-up is certainly solid.
Yes.
All right, 2 additional gateways being constructed by JYP, and we have a Twilight Council from Argo here. Could we see him go for DTs?
Well, we still have to wait and see. But remember this: even if JYP went for the proxy, it was risky, but it was not an all-in. Only 1 gateway pressure inside the main base.
Yeah. JYP killing off the destructible rocks at his natural. I like the decision to do that. Just going to prevent any units from kind of sneaking by over on that side. All right, Argo, is he going to go for the blink, or is he going to go?
I think he's going to go for the blink.
The blink, indeed, it is.
Yeah, he threw up the 2 gateways before the Twilight Council finished.
Now, the problem for Argo is he's just behind in every aspect compared to his opponent, but JYP doesn't have any units in his main base here, and, okay, he does have a single Stalker, but this Mothership Core needs to be dealt with here, or it could end up picking off a few workers, 2 additional Stalkers warped in. We're going to have to see a forced recall almost instantly on that Mothership Core.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but remember, if you force a Mothership recall, it means that there's 100 less energy on the Mothership Core.
All right, Argo, he's behind in supply. The blink is going to not be done for a while. He's going for a robo behind this as well. And the Mothership Core is going to allow these Stalkers to simply blink to the high ground and out-micro his opponent and outnumber the amount of units he has. Argo about ready to commit to this attack, but he wants to regroup up his units before that happens.
Yeah,
there is enough energy for a Nexus Cannon.
Yeah, but remember, JYP has blink right now, and all he needs to do is force the Mothership Cannon over there and just pull back, just wait for the Mothership Cannon to finish, because he knows there's not going to be any second cannon behind this.
Oh, nice!
Nice blink!
Excellent use of blink and the time warp there. JYP has a very large number of Stalkers now, and I think he can just, he can just go for the main attack, man. He's got enough units to make this work.
Yeah, well, he still doesn't know how much energy his opponent has right now. He knows that there's not enough energy for Nexus Cannon after the first one is over, but he doesn't know if there's any time more. And, all JYP has to do is wait for the Nexus Cannon to finish, snipe the robo, and the game is over.
He's focusing on sniping. No, forward blink onto the remaining Stalkers here. JYP going to simply destroy Argo's army. He just straight up has way more units than his opponent, and Argo not happy about that win. And
pretty much putting Argo to sleep.
Yeah, Argo's thinking, all right, I think it's time for me to actually go to bed. But definitely not a happy face here. JYP with the commanding lead now, blinking forward onto the remaining probes here. Even sees the Twilight Council, and I think that's going to pretty much seal the deal.
0, no units out from Argo. He knows it's over, but he just can't leave the game because he can't believe that the gateway actually worked inside the main base.
Yeah. GG is called. Argo looking a bit crushed over that loss. JYP, cool, calm, and in control.
Like I said, whoever plays a little bit more solid in today's match is going to win the game. Argo cut the scouting inside the main base, and it actually cost him the whole game as JYP, he takes an easy win for EGTL.
Wow, man. EGTL, they're up 3-0, and they've been playing great. This is going to be, I think, the first time they've won 4 games in a row if they manage to win one of the next 3, I guess even 4 sets here. So UGTL, they're up 3-0. Oz, he's going to play against Terminator in a PvP. Can he close out the victory with a 4-0? We'll find out after this commercial break.